I think what we learned from yesterday's long-ass video was absolutely exciting and intriguing and great news. It's some extremely new discoveries. At least I have never heard anybody talking about. Yesterday's video was long, so I covered more things. First thing was the realization that you can never hate someone for who they are. The exact same way how you can never be infatuated with someone for who they are. You always, by definition, infatuation is being obsessed with someone, being your idealization of someone, and hatred or something like that. Hate or dislike, whatever, is also that same thing. I just found something new. You don't have to be infatuated with someone. You can also just like someone. To be liking your idealization of them. Why would you like someone? When you like someone, it's not unconditional love. It's highly conditional kindness that you have for someone. You like someone is still that you're seeing the idealization of much milder than with infatuation. That's why people don't notice it, but the truth is, if you like someone for reasons like, if I ask you why you like this person, you describe them, and that itself is idealization. Just mild, but it still is. It's absolutely true. I think I got this just really very, sometimes I can get things in a really fast way, like faster than my mind can explain. So it would take a while for my mind to be able to explain it to you, but I just threw it to you like maybe a download or what. I don't know. It just, suddenly I could just know something and I know it's true. And this is the case. And actually I had to figure this out, something similar, before. This is hot right now. I need to turn on something. I'll bring my fan to me. Yes, you heard me. When you like someone, why is it still an idealization that you like about this person, even if it's much milder, therefore much harder to realize? Like, maybe right now you don't believe me at all. The reason why it is so is when you like someone, you're only seeing the parts of them that you like. But had you ever learned anything about psychoanalysis? Any positive traits that you find in yourself or in anyone has an absolutely equal opposite of it inside of you. So when you're saying, okay, I like this one because they're generous, then you are not liking another part of them. That is not generous. Because you're saying you like this person because this person is generous. I like him because he's so kind to animals. I like him because he's this and that, because he has a good taste. Whatever, anything you like about this person, you are idealizing this person by not being able to see the equal opposites of that in that person. I have figured this out a few months ago. I didn't see that this could link to this playlist that I'm making. Oh, Jesus, everything's connecting. Like, it's amazing when it feels. I'm so excited making this kind of videos. Oh my God, do you get it? Did you get it? You might not have got it. It's exactly the same thing when you like something about you. I like me because I am so funny. I like me because I am so profound. And when you say that, You are not seeing the parts of you that are the opposite. What they call in psychology and psychoanalysis is called, I don't know the actual English term, but I think it's something like personality shadows. Shadows is something, I think it's that, I might be wrong to be fair. And I know it's true. Any positive trait you see in yourself or any individual has its equal opposite part. You see someone who's kind, at times they're not kind. Why? Because an individual is a very complex, it's a very complicated complex. An individual is a complex. So, I just discovered something new again. Something extremely new. You could have seen this coming if you got what I'm saying. So, it's impossible that you actually hate someone because it's the same as when you see negative traits in someone that you don't like. You are also on seeing the equal positive parts of traits. That's the opposite of the negative ones that you see in them. That's why you hate. You hate them because you only see the negative traits in them. And when you like someone, it's because you only see the positive traits in them. Because when you say you like someone, you always have reasons why. You can always say, I like this person because, Or maybe you say, I like this person because they make me feel comfortable. That's different. That's not like a trait in them. That's just a different thing. That's about connection between you two. But when you say you like someone because of some traits they have, you are idealizing them. The same way when you say you hate someone or you dislike, just say dislike much milder than hate. I don't like him because I saw him being not nice to that person, to the waiter the other day. I think it's not a kind person at all. Or, And when you say something like that, that's the same thing that you're doing when you say, I really like this person because the other day I saw him being so kind to the waiter. It's the exact same thing. Can't you see? They are both idealization. What is idealization is not, oh, Jesus, this is something new again. Idealization is not seeing a person for who they are. You're just saying them partially, and then you make up the rest of who they are in your mind. Your mind automatically, if you are not aware, if you don't pay attention, your mind makes up the rest of them based on what you know about them. I need to write this down so that I don't forget about it, Maybe I just repeat it a few more times. I don't know. Like, I actually never forget about these things. Like I said, at this point, I made it like last year maybe, I don't know, and today it just came up because it's relevant. When it's relevant, they always come up. I don't know if I need to write them down. If I write them down, does it actually disturb my own process? You can never hate someone. You can never dislike or like someone. Because when you say you like or dislike someone, it is like this specific person that you say you don't like. But the truth is, you never got to know this specific person because your mind just pictures the whole of them based on the traits, or not traits, actually, even traits are labels you made up in your mind. Even traits themselves are a product of your mind. Just like oh, Jesus, that's something big again. I want to write it down, but even the traits of someone that you think you like, okay, I like this person because I think they're kind. That's a label that your mind made up. The only fact, why we just love making labels. The only fact, we make the labels to cover up, to categorize things. In a physical world, that works perfectly well. But when it comes to people, labeling is more of a hindrance than a passageway to get to know anyone. It's not more of a hindrance. It is a hindrance when it comes to connections with other people. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just let it sink. Shit. When we automatically use labels, we are just, hindering our own way of perceiving our perception of reality. So when you see someone being kind to an animal, all you saw, the fact is that person was feeding a stray dog the other day. That's what you see, and then that's what you saw. That's all. That's the only fact to this whole thing here about this person. You saw this person feeding a stray dog, and then you label them kind. I like this person because he's kind. You better off say, I like this person because they fed the stray dog. That's better than saying, oh, they are kind. Because whenever you label someone, you are on seeing the equal negative in them. And you say they're kind. You're unseeing them as a whole. Because a person is a complex. A person needs to be seen fully, not labeled, liked, disliked. A person needs to be loved. And what is love? What is love? Love is full acknowledgement of a person for who they are. And if you love someone, you do not need to have lived their life to be able to understand them. Oh Jesus, everything's so easy and so clear. It's not even no obscure concepts included in this whole series, this whole playlist. Everything is so clear and it's so simple. Everything's linked from the first video to now. What is love? Love is to stop assuming the lack of necessity behind somebody's behavior. And what is that? What is assuming the lack of necessity behind somebody's actions? Is you fully immersed in your own life experience. So you do not acknowledge that this person in front of you is a whole different person with their own life experience. And so because you only judge them from your perspective, you only see them from your life experience, which is the most absurd thing in the world. Perceiving someone, like seeing someone through your own life experience. So what you would do is you make decisions for them. You'd say what they should do in this specific situation, and if they did something different than you would do in that situation, you get mad. That's what judgment is. You walk down the street, you see somebody dressed in a way, and then you judge them. Oh, this person, why are they dressed in this way? They shouldn't. They shouldn't, because according to your life experience, you wouldn't do it. But this person is doing it because of their life experience. And you're not seeing that because you're fully immersed in yours. You're not acknowledging that this person is different. So you say, oh, this person is, no. You're judging them. And judgment, I've heard the sentence a long time ago, judgment is the, what's the word? Judgment is the hindrance of love. Judgment blocks love. Judgment doesn't let love get through. This sentence is there, but it's never well explained. But this video here just explained it. Why judgment gets in the way of love. Because what judgment is, again, it's such a simple, crystal clear idea, is when you get fully immersed in your own life experience as you, that you make decisions for other people based on your life experience. Look how absurd that is, but it also makes perfect sense. Why? Because everybody since born, we only experience our own life experience. Everything that we've ever experienced in our life is within our own life experience. So it's easy. It's very easy that we get lost being ourselves and not acknowledging that other people are different. And they have just the same level of profundity to their own life experience just as well. And when we are not acknowledging it, we fall. We make decisions for them in our minds. That's where judgments are originated. Oh, and that's the most sufferings in the world, where they came from, where they are originated. Is when we're not acknowledging the other person. And what is love? Love is acknowledging that person for who they are. When you perceive someone with no judgments, when you totally acknowledge this person as who they are, when you get out of your own box of your own life experience, you just, from a very what's the word? A very empty, let's say, you become a container or an empty observer. You not carry any, prejudice with you or judgments with you. When you look at a person without judgment, that's love. That's love. That's simple as that. As simple as that. There's no obscure concepts here. It's all crystal clear because it's just facts. At least it's just really obvious to me. I hope you got it, because it's life changing. Oh my God. Oh my God. And they all come together, and you see, if you watch the whole playlist, you see that each point is deeply connected with another, and they're all just proving each other right, and they're supporting each other. And follow your heart. You don't have to listen to me. Follow your heart. You don't have to watch any of the videos, because you would figure these out on your own. Just be heart-centered. You intend to love. That's all you need to do. I intend to follow my heart. I intend to have compassion. And then all of these ideas, all of these insights would come to you, like how they came to me, because I just be curious and be rooted in love. You never believe in evil, which is something, if you watch the last video, you must watch the last video before watching this video, otherwise you wouldn't understand the fuck what I'm talking about. I'm hungry. I need to pause and eat while I just got up. If these videos don't go viral when I'm alive, after I'm dead, they will. If nobody else had unless somebody else has come up with these. But these are groundbreaking discoveries. At least for me, I had never seen anybody say something like this. Okay, now I have toothpaste in my mouth, that's why I sound like this. I mean, this is just groundbreaking. This is life transforming. Oh my God, The point here, the key here, you have to remember, you don't have to follow me. You don't have to follow anyone. You don't have to listen to anyone. You don't have to. They're like assistants. I'm like an assistant to help you see things clearly, but you need to prioritize going to your heart. Do not prioritize
anything else than that. You prioritize following your heart. Live a heart-centered life. You intend to love, intend to have compassion, even if you can't. Like, I can't. Like, it's really hard for me because I'm judgmental. You know, it's been hard for me. But I intend to love, you know, I intend to, like, never give in to my judgments. Like, I never see people, like, I intend to not compromise to my mind, to judgments. Even if I'm, like, if I see a person say something on the internet that makes me hate them, I have judgment, I have thoughts coming up, but I never, like, would say that's true. That's absolutely true. I would never say that because I know it's not true. Even if when they come up, they all feel so real and validated and they prove each other right or what. But I would never say, okay, that's absolutely true about this person. I know that they are just thoughts that are stimulated by my emotions. You always have to stay centered. You always have to intend to love. And this is the only thing that you want to do, the only thing that you're born to do, the only thing you know how to do, and you know how to do it. You don't need anyone to teach you how to love. I'm not teaching you how to love. I'm not teaching you how to love here. I'm just showing you what it's like to be heart-centered. And you have all these insights coming in, and it can happen for anyone. So maybe these videos will never go viral. The reason why they're not viral because people aren't requesting them. Like, most people are still deep in the drama. They don't care about living a heart-centered life. They don't care about being kind or having compassion, and they don't strive for it. And when everybody, like, starts truly wake up to the only truth that you need to follow your heart, then they wouldn't need these videos anymore, because everybody would figure these out on their own for themselves. You wouldn't need a guru or a spiritual teacher or anything. You wouldn't even need a healer anymore when you live a heart-centered life. We share this one same heart. We all have this same heart. It seems like we have many hearts, but really there's just one heart. It's my heart that you share. Everybody shares. So if some insights can come through my heart-centered place, they will come through you just as well. You just need to intend to love. Intend to follow your heart. And then everything would work out for you. Oh my God, and it feels so good. Like, it's not like, it feels good from the inside. Like, you just feel like you're, I don't know, like, you will feel it. And this is the only thing I can assure you. If you don't think I'm right, you don't know yourself well enough. This is the only thing you want to do. The only thing that anybody desires to do is to follow their hearts and live as their authentic self. Follow your heart. That's the only thing that you ever wanted, that you only know to do. You only want to do this. That's why when you follow your mind, it leads you to a miserable place. That's why. That's the only reason why, because you don't want to do it. You don't see that you want to follow your heart. Like, you see it, but you just kind of push it away, or for whatever reason. You know, for these so many reasons. My question is, if we are born to follow our heart, why don't we do it? Like, Why are so many people not following their heart? Especially me, I'm someone that intends to follow my heart, and a lot of the time of a day I do not do so. Okay, maybe I would just start with me, because if it's a universal truth, that would apply to the world. It would definitely apply to me. Let's start with me. Why don't I follow my heart? Well, in this case, is when I don't follow my heart, is when I'm in fear, and any kind of fear, or when I'm judging someone. Okay, I got the reason. When I'm judging someone, again, it's because I only can, by default, acknowledge my own life experience. And of course, I judge someone if I don't pay attention, if I don't remind myself, if I don't know that I need to acknowledge that this person is a whole different person than me. In fact, this kind of acknowledgement requires no education. You don't have to be educated to realize that this is a different person than you. You don't have to be smart. It's not a intellectual knowledge. It's something that comes from the heart. So, if you're more a heart-centered person, you don't have to be educated. You don't have to have ever read a book to understand this. You just naturally would do it. Sometimes I wonder if our education system actually ruining us and helping us understand. Well. Because it focused solely on training your mind, training you to follow your mind, right? And logical thinking, that's all it's about. It never teaches you how to follow your intuition, never asks you to follow your heart. Only the teachers, if they're good, they ask you to follow your heart. It's never in the textbook says, follow your heart is the most important thing. You never get to see. Follow your passion. Don't let anything lead you astray. Oh man. I'm gonna eat, okay? I just found another answer. The reason why you don't follow your heart is out of fear. And fear is only a mind-based thing. Fear is something that the brain generates to keep you safe. When you see a tiger, you feel fear. When you walk alone in the woods, in the dark, you feel fear. When it's something unknown, you feel fear. What fear says is, I don't know if it's safe. I think I better avoid this. So you follow fear more. Oh my God, this is what fear is. This is what this whole thing is. Just you follow fear than following your heart. The only reason you're not following your heart, the only two reasons why you're not following your heart, one is fear. The other one is judgments. It's the false assumption of somebody's lack of necessity behind what they do. You follow fear. And what is fear? Where does it come from? What is it? I will talk about it after I finish my meal. Here's this one thing that I have come up with. When it comes to fear, what is it? Why do we have it? If you look at it, just look at wild animals in the wild. What do? They prioritize survival. They do not need to follow their heart because they aren't sentient beings that are, they're just different from us. All they need to do is prioritizing survival. And what is survival? Is staying safe. Is reserving your physical presence. I don't know if I used the right word. Preserving, I think. Preserving. Prioritizing survival. Staying safe is more important than anything. So they would never let themselves be too curious. They understand that curiosity is a dangerous thing. They would always avoid a dark woods if it's not necessary for them. If they can't see at night, such as these, I don't know which animals can't see at night. I think predators can all see at night, and preys can't. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know actually. But they would never let themselves be bold. Like the boldest ones got killed. And there's no following the heart for them for whatever reason. You just look at the animals, and because for them it's all about survival. It's all about their physical being. They're just in a great sense different than us. And what are we, human beings? We have evolved from the animals. We were just animals, so this fear that used to protect us, to preserve us, just was a big habit. It became a physical part of the brain. Okay, fear was a big part of us, and we followed it all the time when we were animals, when we were monkeys. We followed fear. It's like a habit, and it lasted for hundreds and hundreds of years. And we're just newly human, you know what? We're just newly human, like I said. We're still pretty much animals, like 80%, because look around, everybody still follows fear, even if we have a heart now. So fear is animal. Fear is the animal. Being fearful is being animal. But intend to love, pursuing love. What is love? Is this intuition, this thing, what is love? Love is this knowledge, this thing that's shared through all hearts. What is the heart? Heart is the core of your being. That heart is what you are. Okay, we're like souls that reincarnated into animal bodies. That's what we are. Oh, it's really complicated. I actually am just assuming. If it makes sense, I think it makes sense. My question is, do wild animals have souls? I mean, if they fully live on fear mode, like they follow their fear, that's just that. They would never allow themselves to be too curious. There's nothing they want to do. All they want is to stay safe, right? All they want is to survive. Look at that. That's just wild animals. And it's different. They're different from domesticated animals like dogs. For example, you can see the dogs want more than just staying safe. They want love. Absolutely. I don't know about cats. Maybe cats as well. I don't know. Cats, I don't know much well about cats. But I know the dogs, they want love. Oh my God. I can't think about them. They're just... So being fearful is being the animal, but we are souls. When these bodies that we have were animals, we were not there. As the souls that we are here. So we're like souls inside of these animal bodies and driving them to be divine. So we're driving to follow our heart. And because we're souls, and the only thing we know is to follow the heart, because that's what we are. So we know to follow the heart. That's the only thing we want to do. That's the only thing we're meant to do. That's the only thing that we do. We follow the heart. And the heart is oneness. Heart is the heart of the universe, the heart of existence. That's why all heart-centered knowledge is just the same thing. Love, love, love. If you stay in the heart, you only know love. And why we follow the fears? Because we have these bodies. We have these bodies that have this physical part of the brain that generates fear still. Because we're newly humans. We were animals not long ago, and we are mostly still animals. The human species is still mostly animals. That's why everybody follows fear. Everybody still, you can't imagine it, but still, most people prioritize survival. That's why they don't follow the heart, because they follow their fear. They follow what is not following your heart. If you don't follow your heart, it's definitely for this one reason only. It's for safety. You think following fear leads you to safety. It used to work in the wild. Why doesn't it work anymore? Let me think. Why doesn't it work anymore following the fear? Because now we're not animals anymore. We are souls in these bodies. Or that's not correct, I don't want to say that. There's nothing like, oh geez, it's just complicated to explain, but the whole physical world exists inside consciousness, inside the source, however you call it, inside love. Love is not outside. This whole physical world is like a simulator, whatever it is, a playground of the souls. It just seems like this physical world was created on purpose to simulate evolution, spiritual evolution from absolute nothing to perfect love. In the beginning, there were just bodies, physical beings, like bodies that know the only important thing is to survive or to stay alive. No love is there, no love. Look at the animal world, there's no love. An animal family, they have kids, they have children, they have cubs, and then they kick out a cub if the cub is sick. They don't take care of the cub. They kick it out. The same with birds. If one of the chicks is too weak, they kick it out. There's no love in there. And you think the mother nurtures the younger ones? It's love. It's not love. It's instinct. It's animal instinct. It's not love. I've heard it. I didn't invent it. I didn't come up with this. I heard this from a channeler that's absolutely legit and valid. I mean, you can trust me when I say someone's legit because I always test them in my heart. You can test them in your heart. And then the channeled spirit guide says, you think in the wild, animal mothers care for their children, it's love. It's not. It's instinct. What is love? Love is, I forgot what they said. Love is this thing that we've been talking about, unconditional love. Fully acknowledging the other person as what they are. Love is seeing. And I heard this from a psychoanalyst. He said, love is seeing. If you can't see someone for who they are, however kind, however good you are to them, it's only kindness. It's not love. Love is just recognizing them. Like, there could be someone in my living room right now, and I can be kind to them. I can do all the good things that I can, like to make them feel happy. Like I let them play the video games. I cook for them, or I give them a massage, or I just do all the good things for them. I can read them jokes. But if I don't see them for who they are. I don't look at them without judgments. I don't look at them at all. It's all love, it's all kindness, what I did. Just kindness because I'm a kind person. It's not love, can you see? Love is looking at someone, seeing someone. Not just seeing is not enough. Seeing without judgments. In fact, with judgments, you can never see them. Like, that's basically so crystal clear. Had you watched all of these videos? It's crystal clear. Judgments is a hindrance on a way to love. Okay, with judgment, yes, as well as you're judging someone, you're not seeing the whole of them. Any part of them that you're judging, you're not seeing it. You think you're seeing it, that's why you judge them. No. If you're judging a part of someone, you've withdrawn back into your own life experience. And from there, you can see no one because there's only you here in your life experience. There's only you. From there, you can see no one. You jump out of the box, you really have no judgments when you try to understand someone in front of you. I mean, that's love, and they can feel it. And even just imagine it here and now, it touches me. It might be exactly what I imagined. Like, these videos would never go viral because right now nobody requests these videos. Everybody deep, and I don't know, I just feel like might be so. That's why, like, nobody have come up with these things. At least I have never seen anybody. I've never heard of these ideas shared ever before by anybody else. So they're totally, completely new to me. Brand new insights, brand new discoveries. And when people start to wake up more, I think they would figure all of these out in their own. I don't know when that will be. I don't know. I'll leave it all to the universe. I just follow my heart now making this video because I feel really excited. Like this joy. This is something you want to do. You know it. When you want to do something, you know it. If you're not someone that's used to follow the calculation of your mind, purely mechanical, mathematical, logical stuff, if you don't like, if you're not someone that's like that, I think if you're someone like that, you wouldn't be drawn to this video. I don't know what it's like to be someone else, nor do you know. We only know ourselves. We only know what it's like to be ourselves. That's why we have judgments. You know what's judgment? You can recite it with me now. Judgments is seeing someone fully immersed in your own life experience. So you do not see any of them. You don't see them at all. You don't see them at all. You're just seeing yourself. When you fully acknowledge the same profoundity of someone's life experience, that's when you can totally drop your own life experience when understanding them. By dropping your life experience, I mean, like, you wouldn't let any judgments to come and stop you, to come and define this person. When you look at someone for who they are with no judgments, that is love. Just imagine it. Makes you weep. Imagine you being seen with no judgments. Seen for who you are. Fully seen. Why? Why is it love? Because it's also acceptance. If you are seen with no judgments, you're fully accepted. Oh no, that's not enough. In fact, that's not enough for the definition of love. It's not only just seen without judgments, but it's seen and understood. Not just seeing, okay, I see you, why you can do all of that, but understood. I understand, which means if I were you, I would do exactly the same. It's seeing without judgments which leads to understanding. I don't know if it always leads to understanding. Seeing someone without judgments. But I can imagine like a scene where there is seeing with no judgments, but it's not necessarily love. That's just a part of love. And love consists of full understanding as well. Understanding, definitely. Seeing without judgments is just acknowledging someone. But understanding is when you're literally one with them. Understanding is a step towards oneness. When you fully understand someone. In fact, let me just think. Let me imagine. Like I can imagine like a robot there. They can see me. A robot in front of me. That is designed to see me. Of course, robots have no judgments. They look at me. A robot there. But is it good? Like, does it make any sense to put a robot there? The robot isn't sentient. Let's imagine a supernatural being, a face floating in the air that's white light, just there looking at me, seeing me, and just seeing me. I can see that that's not enough. It has to contain understanding. If they're just there seeing me for who I am. What even is seeing? Isn't seeing understanding? Well, it's just, I don't know, I'm getting confused. I guess that's what happens when you try to think about love. Maybe that's why I'm trying to think about love. I'm trying to figure this out on an intellectual level. And it just becomes like unnecessarily complex and confusing. Maybe you're never supposed to think about love. Just go to your heart when you want to have knowledge about love. I came up with this too. Like, the only way to gain any knowledge of love is through loving. And you can only do that through the heart. You never can do that through the mind. Because our language is fully logical. It's a total product of the mind. It's just there. It's a logical product of logic. It's just our languages are completely logical, all about logics, grammar. Maybe that's just trying to grab air with your hands. You can't, because they're two different things. You're overcomplicating it. You're trying to gain knowledge of air by grabbing onto it. How can you understand anything about air? Or that's not a perfect analogy. Let's say you're trying to understand a poem by analyzing the grammar. Poetry is all about feelings and emotions. And you're analyzing its grammar, and you're missing the point. I still think it's not a perfect analogy that's crystal clear. You always have this persistence that if you can intellectually understand anything, if you can intellectually understand something, or if you can actually intellectually understand anything, then you would be able to know everything about them. That's our failure. Of that, we came up with that because we've been living in a physical world that we seem to be able to understand the great part of it, but following that intellectual analysis, like look at our science. But the truth is, it's not even so. It's not even the fact. What we're understanding is the appearance. The appearance. That's where physicalism is. Physicalism is a very shallow and superficial, short-sighted school of philosophy. It's totally rooted on the surface of the existence of this world. That's how short-sighted they are. They think this world is physical. That's how short-sighted they are, and they can't see it. And they can prove themselves right. They get stuck in that logic, because logic is this just exact product of navigating the surface of the physical world, the appearance of the physical world, which is physical. That's what logic is. So if you follow logic, you can prove yourself right, staying in physicalism. In fact, you can't. The truth is, you only choose to follow physicalism philosophy is because you've never investigated it. Not that you follow logic to the end. If you really follow your intellect to the end, you will realize that physicalism is something that's not that can't even stand up on its own. It doesn't even have feet. Oh, I forgot this whole paragraph that I copied from this video. It said it so well. Like, if you're someone that follows your intellect, if you're someone that just cannot believe in anything without couching it in a consistent narrative, if you're someone that follows your intellect, then follow your intellect till the end. Do not make a turn fully based on prejudice or assumption, because that is just stupid, and you don't have to be stupid. Follow your intellect till the end. And if you think right now that you are a materialist because that's what your intellect points to, then keep on following your intellect, and soon you will leave physicalism or materialism as soon as possible, because materialism is something and then I forgot the rest. Basically says that materialism is just something really stupid, uninvestigated. Physicalists are a bunch of lazy asses and close-minded lazy asses that are more interested in holding on to their current beliefs than discovering their truth. So they were so dismissive. They can appear to be open-minded for a second to let you know, okay, I'm open-minded actually, but what you say is blah, 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 blah. They're more interested in proving themselves right than truly discovering the truth. They're more interested in being comfortable, basically, than investigating their whole belief system, which sounds like a lot of work, right? Of course, so they would be, if they're not someone that's truly passionate about truth, then obviously they would end up becoming like that, because it seems like a lot of work. You need to really, you just need to turn around and just for once investigate your physicalist ideas just for once, truly without being dismissive, man, you would jump into a rabbit hole. You would realize how ridiculous materialism is. And how superficial it is. And how not logical it is. If you think logic is logical, it's because your lazy ass is more interested in protecting your current belief system. I'm saying that. Just Google or search for this person on YouTube. Bernardo Kastrup. Bernardo Kastrup. Kastrup. And you have to watch him without assumptions or prejudice or dismissiveness, which is hard, I guess, for someone that's not so interested in the truth. I guess if you're not someone that's interested in truth, I think you wouldn't be drawn to this video. So if you're listening to me, you're probably not a physicalism that's so stubborn, like I've mentioned, so I think it's okay. I mean, it's fun. I used to be a physicalist myself. Because I never received any education that's beyond physicalism. It's all rooted in physicalism. Science and everything. Just science, really. History, and just the way, the whole world view that my education system that I went through was fully based on physicalism and politics, even philosophy I learned. And I had philosophy classes. They were all materialism. Even the whole country's belief system is materialism. So I've been a physicalist before, but I never was someone that was sure that there was no God. I just was sure that there was no religious God, but I was never like really sure. Like I was never sure of anything, which is great. Otherwise, you become one of those stubborn, dismissive, and lazy asses. They were sure, so I had like good room for new things to come in. Even small room, like I don't know. I was just never sure. I never thought about death. Never thought about things like death or the fabric of existence, because I was kind of beyond myself back then. I was thinking about other things like love, and which I didn't know was the fabric of existence. I just knew there was something important, and then I wanted to know the truth of the existence. That was it. Back then, and when I was 19, I was dismissive. I don't know, because nobody ever came up to me who is spiritual and got me into spirituality, or nobody ever came up to me that showed me spirituality. So I don't know if I would be totally dismissive or not. I don't know. So I'm not sure. Guess we're on the same boat if you've been watching this video this far. This whole list, because you cannot watch this video without watching the previous videos. I need to write it in every description of the videos. I still have confusion when it comes to fear in this world. Like, why do they have to exist in the first place? I'm looking to understand it.
When I get it, I will tell you, no doubt. I'll be so excited. I'm always excited when it comes to truth. Because, like I said, it's something that I live for. Love and truth, which are basically one and the same thing. It's what I live for. So I'm only really excited. Oh my God, I never would have expected that my life would unfold in such a way. Never. I thought I was going to become a researcher because that's all I could see. Like, scientists are the closest, were the closest in my eyes, were the closest, the most relevant people when it comes to pursuing truth. So obviously I wanted to join them. I was into psychologists, but I knew I could feel something in me that I wasn't a full on when it came to psychologists. I was never 100% sure that I wanted to be a psychologist. I just didn't have other choices. I thought it felt like the best choice back then. And it turned out like it's right. My feeling was right. It was not for me. Like, it was not really what I meant to do. So something happened to take me off that led me here. It led me into spirituality, which is great. They don't have a university teaching spirituality. I mean, they have, I think. But, I do not appreciate the human educational system. Even if I've been a good student all my life, I really do not appreciate this education system. It kills, then births, then it just does not encourage intuition. The most important thing, intuition, heart. The good thing is there's just some enormous amount of materials out there on the internet for you to study spirituality, and I did it very intensely for a few months. That's what led me here today. I think that's all for this video. Thank you for listening. See you.